Yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, it's your boy Post. You're now tuned in to hoodactionnews.com. So tonight we will be action packed. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see on my screen, kicking you know what in public. So I got a picture of Chris Brown, Sha'Carri Richardson, and Diddy, Diddy Combs, right? Puffy, whatever you want to call Diddy now, right? Now, woo! This is a crazy topic. Now, I'm gonna tell you, right off the bat, recently in the news, it's a lot of news, right? But recently in the news, TMZ dropped the video of Sha'Carri Richardson, superstar, United States track star, kicking her boyfriend's you know what in public. So they launched the video. We've been, we knew about what happened for a couple weeks. We knew she got arrested for domestic abuse. So I'm gonna repeat this again. Sha'Carri Richardson, the lady right next to Diddy, she got arrested for domestic abuse a couple weeks ago at an airport. Now, her boyfriend did not, which he's also a track star, he did not file charges. So the boyfriend, Coleman, let me get his name. Let me get the boyfriend's full name. So the boyfriend did not file charges, right? So Mr. Coleman, which is also a track star, he did not file charges against her. They seen the incident. The incident is on tape, and she got arrested. Now, as you can see on my screen, I do have more people than Sha'Carri Richardson on the screen. I have Diddy, and I also have Chris Brown. So I have Sean Combs, and I also have Chris Brown on the screen. Now, this is the question I want to ask you, the audience. Is this the same thing as what the two gentlemen did? So is this the same type of crime? Should they get the same penalty? Now we all know that Diddy is involved in other things, but the thing that triggered the public about Diddy is him kicking ass in public, as you can see right there. And that's the whole thing. Kicking ass in public. You know what I mean? And I could say kicking black ass in public, because that's what happened with all of these cases, right? You know, the black community, we could say this to each other, kicking ass in public, domestically. You know what I'm saying? Domestic abuse in public, kicking ass. Now, all three people, all three people that I have on the screen there got caught. Now, I don't know, I don't remember if Chris Brown's was recorded, but we do know that Diddy Combs and Sha'Carri are recorded kicking ass in public. You know what I'm saying? Similar cases, Ray Rice, the football player, was kicking ass in public, domestic abuse. Clearly in the video. Now, I'm not going to show you the video, but I am going to let's put a picture up here. So let's put a picture up. So this is, if you look to the left and to the right, she's pushing in the video, in the actual video, she's pushing her boyfriend. He's trying to walk away from her. She's walking up to him, pushing him, hitting him, throwing shit, and he's trying to walk away from her. Now, This level, look to the right. This level of push, if me, I'm a big, strong dude, right? If I myself push a woman like she's doing right there, the woman is probably gonna fall down and my ass is definitely going to jail, right? She pushed with all her strength. Now she's an athlete, obviously, right? She pushed him with all her strength, and she's like following behind him, pushing him. Now, this is the thing, and I think you know the answer to this question. Will the women keep the same energy? So, are women going to keep the same energy with Chris Breezy? So, are they going to keep the same energy that they gave Chris Brown and Diddy? So, are women going to keep the same energy that they gave Diddy and Chris Brown when whipping ass in public or while beating ass domestically in public? You know what I'm saying? Domestic abuse in public. So, this is the greatest social experiment ever, right? So listen, TikTok is the greatest social experiment ever. So before we even got the video of Sha'Carri kicking ass in public, pushing her boyfriend, Mr. Coleman, track star, right? They're both track stars, both young track stars, right? Before we even got the video of it, I posted this to TikTok. So let me pull it up. So I posted the same thing that I'm talking about now, comparing these people together. Now I actually compared it with Diddy because Diddy's still in jail. This is the fresh case. So I want to show you this. This is the greatest social experiment ever. I posted this on TikTok just just to see what women would say. So let me put this down. So I posted this on TikTok just to see what women would say about this, right? Now, as you can see, it says, will women hold the same energy? So I posted it. Listen, this is super, super duper social experiment, right? Now, I'm gonna read to you some of the comments. You should be able to, yeah, you should be able to see them on the screen. But if you can't actually see them on the screen, I'm looking on the smaller screen here. I'm gonna read you some of the comments that women left when I posted. So you can see what I made right there. I got Sha'Carri switching faces with Diddy, right? So is this the same thing? Because nobody was triggered until we see Diddy whipping ass in public. So I'm gonna repeat that again. Nobody was triggered till we actually see P. Diddy Combs whipping ass in public. So let me look at these comments, right? Now these comments, it says it says the first comment right there, it says pushing her boyfriend isn't equivalent to Diddy stopping stopping Cassie, right? So they're saying there's no equivalence. So they're saying it's minimum domestic abuse. There's no such thing. So one lady, let me make sure I can scroll up and down. Hold up. Hold up. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's not the one either. So let me go back to the comments here. Trying to find a sidebar so I can scroll up and down. TikTok is way easier on the phone. Let me see something. All right, so we click on it again. So I'm probably gonna have to do it like this. Okay. So let me read some of these comments. So somebody put nope. So if you just joining in, I before we even got the video on TMZ of Sha'Carri Richardson kicking ass. Let me see something. Okay, so before we even got the video on TMZ of Sha'Carri Richardson kicking ass, I posted this on TikTok. I said, "Will women hold the same energy?" My comments are diabolical. So look, this woman says, "Nope." It says, "Why not hold her accountable?" So this is a woman that actually said, "Why not hold her accountable?" So let me see. So look, the woman above her, right? She said, "Why not hold her accountable?" The woman below her, she said, "Absolutely not." She's saying absolutely not. Now, this is definitely disingenuous. I mean, it's super disingenuous. Super disingenuous, right? So you think this the same situation, and then I put domestic abuse. It's the same situation, right? And it says, "Yeah, you lost me on that one." So the women are either playing dumb, like they don't know what I'm asking, because you can see I got the animation automation. It says Diddy Richardson in plain sight, and it says, "Will women hold the same energy?" They answer my question without answering it, right? So they definitely took the bait. So on this TikTok post, I put this out there for bait, and all of the women definitely took the bait, and they fell miserably because they answered my question. We all know the answer to this question, right? I jacked this up again. So we all know the answer to this question, but they took the bait and failed miserably. Like, let me see something. Let me go down again. They failed miserably on this. Yeah, you lost me on this one. How could I lose you? So let's see something. Trying to scroll down. It's not making it easy for me to scroll down. Trying to scroll down on here. It's not making it easy. Now I want the thing I don't want to put some of these people out here because these some super diabolical comments. So let me go back here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna read the comments from my phone because TikTok is different. TikTok is different when you're doing it from a computer. Hold on, I'm gonna go now. Okay. Now I'm gonna put this up on the screen so you can see some of the comments, and I'm gonna go to my phone and I'm gonna just read some of the comments. But you can see, look at that top comment right there, because I'm having a hard time scrolling down here on the computer. You can look at that top comment. I'm gonna just read you some of these comments. As soon as I turn Gucci Man on. So look, so this one is already on the screen there. Pushing her boyfriend is not equivalent to stomping out Cassie, right? Another woman says nope. Somebody else says context. I got the I got an animation with the context on the screen. So they're playing dumb. Why not hold her accountable? Absolutely not. Let me see. This is nowhere the same. So this woman is saying this is nowhere the same. Let me see. Holding her accountable is one thing. She shouldn't put her hands on anybody compared to her a man of so they're saying, so right here they're saying she shouldn't put her hands on anybody, but you can't compare her to somebody that got accused from drugging, rape, and sex trafficking. So we can't compare her to Diddy. But you're mad at Diddy because he put his hands on Cassie. So we can't compare that because of the other things that he got acquitted for, basically, right? Comparing her to Diddy is crazy. Now I got Chris Brown on the screen now, but in TikTok I compare her to Diddy, right? Now I just asked the question, right? I just asked the question. I didn't even give my opinion. I asked the question. This is these women's reaction. Where's they're gonna say where's the correlation? And then I put domestic abuse. So let me see. It's letting me scroll down now. Okay. So we're gonna go back on the screen here. Look where it says holding her accountable is one thing. Now I just read this, but look, you think I'm lying? Think I'm lying? I'm flying, right? Look at the chick right here. She says, "Where's the correlation?" So what do you mean? Whooping ass in public is the correlation, right? So this chick right here says, where's the correlation? Comparing her to a man who drug, sex, and traffic and great women is insane. Why would this be insane? Now, mind you, Sha'Carri got locked up. So why can't we compare everybody, right? Sha'Carri is nothing close to Diddy. I've had enough of I haven't I had enough of this. See, they do not listen. This is pure evidence that women do not want to hold other women accountable. They just want men to fall. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like this is just pure evidence that women just want they want men to fall. But I don't want to make this a red pill type thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just crazy. I put this out there. I thought it would be more like more saying, yeah, she can't nobody put their hands on nobody. Everybody is wrong. Like that type of answer, they really cover for her. It's crazy. It says, look at the comment right here. It says, okay, she's wrong. Now what? The energy is wild. Yo, the energy is crazy. For when when a woman, so listen, if you now tuning in, right? I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. I'm gonna let that marinate for a couple seconds, right? So listen, when a woman actually beats a man in public, the reaction is diabolical. You know what I'm saying? So let me put that back up on the screen. Like she actually beat my man in public. I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. So you just tuning in. These are women's reactions on TikTok to what I posted. Let me take this down. So I posted this on TikTok, as you can see on the screen there. Will women hold the same energy for Sha'Carri beating her boyfriend in public? Right? I thought I would get a better turnout of women being neutral, but nope. This woman right here is saying she's wrong. Now what? Okay, she's wrong. Now what? The energy is crazy that they think that they should be able to beat a dude in public. But when we do it, it's the end of the world, which it should be. You can't kick ass in public or behind closed doors. You just can't do domestic abuse. It's like it is what it is. And then I put fellas, read these comments. In conclusion, women will not hold women will not hold women accountable for the same crimes. She physically beat and assaulted her boyfriend in public on camera. She was arrested immediately. Like I said, I posted this TikTok before the video even came out on TMZ of Sha'Carri beating her boyfriend. So before this video even came out, I posted this on TikTok. So let me put that back up. So this video right here, this is just a picture of the video. You can see her, and then you can also go on TMZ and look at the video yourself. My man, her boyfriend is actually walking away. There's nothing, as a man, there's nothing for you to do in a situation but walk away. Like you can't stand there. Like if you get boastful and put your hands in her face and all that, they're going to crucify you, right? So I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing you could do is hit the Batman button. Now, super masculine women like Sha'Carri, they probably want you to kick ass, but your ass is going to jail if you kick ass. I'm gonna repeat that again. Super masculine women like Sha'Carri, they want you to argue back with them. They want you to be more aggressive, but that shit is going to get you in jail, and they have the option to play the victim. So the best thing for you to do is just walk away, pretty much like he was doing. But I'm gonna say this: if he gets back in a relationship with her after this, he's a damn fool. So I'm gonna repeat that again. If Mr. Coleman, right, track star, right, if you get back in a relationship with Sha'Carri after this, you a damn fool, because she did this shit on camera. Like she's a public figure doing this shit on camera. You know what I'm saying? So what is she going to do behind closed doors? You see what I'm saying? As soon as her boyfriend kicks ass back, he's going to jail. So that's my whole thing. As soon as Mr. Coleman kicks ass back, he's going to jail. So you definitely want to take the high road. I call it hit the Batman button. You want to hit the Batman button. You know what I mean? That's what I call it. So you definitely want to hit the Batman button if you getting into it with your girl or your wife and she's abusive like Sha'Carri is, you definitely want to hit the Batman button. You can't really fight back. You're gonna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying don't say nothing back, but physically don't physically do nothing because your ass is gonna go to jail 100. So you 100% gonna go to jail because they're gonna play the victim and you gonna go to jail. So you 100% gonna go to jail. Yo, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Tell me in the chat what you think about this. And like I said, I'm gonna put this back up on the screen. Put this on the screen a little bit. Look at the comments on TikTok. Listen, my TikTok is right on. I actually got to edit this on the bottom of the screen. It's Poster Mogul on TikTok. You could go into, you could click on that and see that yourself on my TikTok, and you can read the comments yourself. I posted this before the video even came out. So go to my TikTok. Let me put this down. Go to my TikTok and click on this right here. Will women hold Sha'Carri accountable? You can see the answer to this question on my TikTok. So will women hold Sha'Carri accountable? And I like to me in the future, shit, right now, you know what I'm saying? Yo, y'all gotta pick and choose who you date and who you mess with, right? Because somebody like this that's gonna try to push you in public and all that, you had to get that type of red flag way before that, right? You know what I'm saying? You had to get that type of red flag way before she did that. Super diabolical. You know what I'm saying? We make sure I'm not looking like a Chinese movie. Whoa, ho, 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 ah. Damn you. Damn. Let's see something. So let me put this back up on the screen. So yo, if you just tuning in, I got a couple more reports I want to do because there's a lot going on. But kicking ass in public is no difference for a man and a woman. If you kicking ass in public, you kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if you Sha'Carri, Chris Brown, or P. Diddy. If you whooping ass in public, kicking ass is kicking ass. You going to jail. That's my conclusion. You know what I'm saying? Because when you put out a topic like this, when you put out a topic like this, a lot of women want to act like you're trying to absolve the dudes of doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like just because I'm saying that Sha'Carri should go to jail And it's the same thing. I'm not saying that Chris Brown and Diddy shouldn't go to jail for kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, do y'all keep the same energy? Do you really want equality? You know what I'm saying? So they really don't want equality. They just want men to fall. I'm gonna repeat that again. In my eyes, a lot of women in these situations and just out in public, laws, everything. They don't want equality. They want to tip the scale so men can fall off the motherfucker. You know what I mean? Because this right here is, I mean, it's clear as day that Sha'Carri is kicking ass in public. It's on video. She got arrested for it. Now, listen, she must have really been, it must have really been an abusive situation if they just locked her up and he didn't call the cops. So repeat that again. It must have really been a super diabolical, aggressive situation if they locked her up and he didn't call the cops. Remember, he didn't even call the cops. You know what I'm saying? And this is what that's what y'all, that's what y'all women gotta remember. That's what everybody gotta remember. Mr. Coleman, Sha'Carri's boyfriend, didn't even call the cops. They locked her black ass up on their own. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Now, do I think that Diddy is more diabolical than Sha'Carri? Yeah. I think that Diddy is more super diabolical than Sha'Carri. But to me, if I'm really going to do a good comparison, Chris Brown and Sha'Carri's situation is pretty much the same. You know what I mean? You get mad at the other and then you start kicking ass in public. So Chris Brown's situation with Rihanna is is more similar, is more similar. It's almost like Blueface and Krishan Rock situation. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that. But that's a whole nother can of worms because they both was kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? Now, is this the same crime on camera? Yeah, I mean, it's domestic abuse. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, and they're kicking ass in public. But I just don't understand why women don't hold the same energy. Like, you could go on my TikTok and find that picture of Diddy and Sha'Carri, and you could see a social experiment that women are not going to hold the same energy. They said, this is not the same. She hit him and what? All type of diabolical content, all type of diabolical comments absolving her of the crime. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you you can't downplay kicking ass in public. It's on camera. You know what I'm saying? Now his back was turned. Listen, if she pushing him like that in public, what is she doing behind closed doors? She's throwing stuff. It's probably all type of stuff going on. Now, a lot of women might say, "Well, what did he do?" That's the question. What did he do? Well, what did Cassie do for Diddy to run out in the hallway butt naked kicking ass? They all did something, right? You know what I mean? But listen, I'm gonna conclude this. When it comes to Sha'Carri Richardson, P. Diddy, and Chris Brown, it's all domestic abuse. It all should be treated the same. You want equality, and it's definitely all kicking ass in public. You know what I'm saying? Whooping ass, whatever you want to say, a can of whoop ass. Now, I'm gonna go. Speaking of kicking ass in public, yo, speaking of kicking ass in public, It's a lot of different things I want to talk about. This is Hood Action News. Make sure you go to hoodactionnews.com. So I got a lot of different things. Let's take a look at this right here. Whooping ass in public. Y'all think that's okay, huh? Now, this is going on in Seattle, right? I want you to see what happened in Seattle. And like I said, speaking of whooping ass in public, now when these criminals do stuff, right? Whether it's domestic abuse or just doing random crimes, why do they think they're going to get away with it? That's what I want to know. Why do y'all think y'all going to get away with it? Cameras are better than ever, and you're going to get caught. So, so speaking of whipping ass in public,
Camera and stop thanks to the city's real-time crime center. Assault in downtown Seattle caught on camera and stopped thanks to the city's real-time crime center. A 19-year-old is now behind bars, and some business owners say the surveillance system is already proving its worth. KOMO's Karina Vargas joins us live now with more on what this means for safety. Karina.
Yeah, well, Steve, that crime happened along 3rd and Pine, and those cameras caught both the crime and the suspect in real time. And one business owner that we talked to say that those cameras make her feel a sense of security and safety. Now, we want to show you that video from the Seattle Police Department that shows the moment a 19-year-old man walks up to a 25-year-old victim and violently attacks him, punching, kicking, and kneeing him without any warning. Seattle police say that they got a call about a disturbance in the area, and patrol units were able to pinpoint the exact location of the incident thanks to an analyst at the real-time crime center, which were able to see a live video feed from the new cameras. The suspect was arrested, and now one business owner says that they're in favor of the cameras and what they're proving to do, which is hold criminals accountable.
Because it's another set of eyes on the criminals and the property owners and business owners around here. Officers are not going to be here 24/7, but that set of eyes can catch whoever is damaging the business. So I really like it.
The Real-Time Crime Center is part of SPD's effort to respond faster and cut down on crime, especially in hotspots like downtown. Business owners I spoke to today say that it's a step in the right direction, and they're hoping to see even more of these cameras installed. Now, the city of Seattle is considering a $1 million expansion of these security cameras.
so yo, I'm in Philadelphia, right? Stuff like this randomly happens all the time in Philadelphia. So when I see it like in cities like Seattle, I'm kind of surprised. Like, damn, they out there just doing stuff. Now, whatever the kid was that did this, man, kid, whatever, he was arrested. So his ass is going to jail. Pick out your soap. So my man is picking out soap right now. You know what I mean? You want Dollar Dove. You want Zestfully Clean. My man is Zestfully Clean right now. Zestfully Clean 100. So he is super zestfully clean right now. Now, another thing I want to talk about, and I want to ask y'all a question. I want to ask you a serious question. Let me see something. I want to ask y'all a serious, super question. So for all of y'all, hold on, let me go to it first. So I'm gonna ask. So I want to ask y'all street dudes a question, right? For all of y'all who claim the streets and say you a street dude and all of this, right?
Historic $50 million reward.
Hold up, hold your horses. So listen, for all of y'all street dudes, right? You know, all of you dudes who don't want to snitch on nobody and all this and that, right? Now, I'm kind of 50-50 on snitching, right? It's stuff like when people do stuff to children, I'm definitely going to snitch. You know what I mean? It's certain things that you have to snitch on. It's no longer snitching with certain things, right? Now, all of y'all drug dealers and trappers and all this, that, and the third, right? You're lying to me if you tell me if you see this dude walking down the street that you're not going to snitch on him. So the president of Venezuela, they're offering, I believe it's $50 million. I could be wrong. Let me double check it. $50 million bounty to tell where this president of Venezuela is at. So it's a 50, not even 15, $50 million bounty to snitch on this president of Venezuela anonymously, right? And tell where he's at. Now, this dude runs cartels, different stuff. Let me play this. So if you don't want to snitch now, let me play this and see if y'all want to snitch after I play this. $50 million to tell where this dude is at. Cash.
The Department of Justice and State Department are announcing a historic $50 million reward for information leading to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro. Maduro uses foreign terrorist organizations like TDA, Sinaloa, and Cartel of the Suns to bring deadly drugs and violence into our country. To date, the DEA has seized 30 tons of cocaine linked to Maduro and his associates, with nearly 7 tons linked to Maduro himself, which represents a primary source of income for the deadly cartels based in Venezuela and Mexico. Cocaine is often laced with fentanyl, resulting in the loss and destruction of countless American lives. The DOJ has seized over $700 million of Maduro-linked assets, including 2 private jets, 9 vehicles, and more. Yet Maduro's reign of terror continues. He is one of the largest narco traffickers in the world and a threat to our national security. Therefore, we've doubled his reward to $50 million.
Damn.
Under President Trump's leadership, Maduro will not escape justice and he will be held accountable for his despicable crimes. If you have any information to bring this criminal to justice, call 1-202-307-4228 or go online.
Damn. Damn. Listen, that's not a damn, that's a damn. Damn. So listen, all of y'all trappers and scrappers out there, right? If you see this man walking down the street and all you got to do is call that hotline number and they're going to give you $50 million, you're not going to snitch? You're not going to snitch? A lot of y'all snitch for $5 and a hot dog. So I know a lot of y'all gonna snitch on that. You know what I mean? $50 million to snitch on my man. I'm snitching. There he is, right there. Maduro. I start singing a song. Maduro. He's right there. Yo, $50 million. listen, y'all snitching. Listen, a lot of y'all, you ain't gonna tell me y'all ain't snitching. Y'all snitching for a junior bacon cheeseburger and a water from Wendy's. So I know for $50 million, y'all niggas gonna snitch. You know what I mean? $50 million. Let me pull this up right here. Yo, let me ask y'all a question. What is up? So we got drug dealers, we got domestic abusers, drug dealers, and scammers tonight. I'm gonna try to find. Let me find something fun, a little funnier. Try to lighten y'all up. You know what I mean? Let me find something a little. Let's find something a little funnier. Drug dealers, scammers, and more drug dealers. Let's see. So Maduro, them funds is plural. Let me see something. Maduro, them funds is plural. $50 million? Shit. Now they say the average person needs $1 million to retire. So you get $50 million in one time. I mean, man, that's like you could just retire. Depending on how old you are, but so I'm gonna show you this right here. Now, this is actually hoodactionnews.com. So this is hoodactionnews.com. So I'm gonna show you for all y'all dudes out there, right? I didn't really hear nobody reporting this in the news. So let's take a look at it right now. I put this up there because I thought this is real interesting, right? So especially for a Friday night. So a lot of y'all dudes out there might like this. So Frida launches breast milk inspired ice cream. So breast milk inspired ice cream, ice cream company named Frida launches it, right? Now, it's not actually breast milk. That's what I thought at first too. I said, is this actually breast milk? This is parenting brand Frida. It says newest product, breast milk inspired ice cream. So let's see. What are they saying? It says the goal brings attention to offering overlooked struggles nursing mothers face. It says including public shame, lack of support, pressuring pressuring the bounce back at the birth. Now, let me ask you this question, right? How many of y'all dudes who's gonna listen, are mothers gonna buy this or freak ass dudes gonna buy this? That's what I wanted to know when I saw it. I said, are mothers gonna buy this breast milk ice cream, or all y'all nasty freaky freaks gonna go out and buy breast milk ice cream? And should they just get rid of this altogether? I don't really have no opinions about it. It's just something I put on the website. It's interesting to me. Something kind of weird. So let me go back. Let me see what else we got on the website. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. That's on the website. But listen, another thing, right? Let's talk about scammers. So a couple weeks ago, right? Now, The one reason I'm really interested in this case right here, right? I actually have a grandmother, right? And she gets home care, right? Now, a lot of people have grandparents, uncles, aunts that get home care from home care agencies, right? A couple weeks ago, I did a report on a young lady that had 20 different aliases. So this young lady had 20 different aliases posing as a nurse, right? So this the young lady last week, right? It was a young African American female posing as a nurse in the northeast part. She basically was Philly, Jersey, New York area, right? 20 different aliases. She was stealing money, taking drugs from people in the nursing home, doing everything, right? Now, I find this article on this Florida woman right here. This is Florida woman accused of posing as a nurse, assessing records of over 44,000 patients, right? So I want to pose the question to you, right? There can't be just two of these people, right? Or half of these nurses in these nursing homes, are they actually who they say they are, or is this the new scam? So is this the new scam to get into a nursing home under a fake alias name and then wreak havoc, steal stuff, get records to scam people out of? Now she did 44,000 patients. So she was stealing information, accessing records, doing everything, right? Now she was 32 years old doing this, right? And obviously that's her mugshot. They caught her and locked her up. Now, this was in Florida. The other case was in like the Northeast because this chick had 20 aliases and she was bouncing around. Now, I want to put this out there, you can say like a public service announcement. Whatever agency that you have grandparents or family members in, make sure you check with the agency to double check and verify that the people working for these agencies have been super verified. Because now I'm gonna give you another example. My great grandmom back in the day, she had one of these nurses from one of these agencies steal money from her, right? And she set her dumb ass up. She put the money down to see what she's gonna steal it, and she took the bait. She did like money bait with her. She took the bait and she took the money. You know what I mean? So a lot of these, we're getting more and more evidence that a lot of these nurses in these nursing homes, they're either under fake alias names, they're not who they say they are, or they're just like horrible people. Now, not all of them, you know what I mean, but it's just a lot of them popping up in the news, and it don't matter, for all you racist people out there, it don't matter what color they are. Because last week it was a black chick, this week it's a white girl. Everybody's scamming. You know what I'm saying? And this girl is from Florida, and the other girl is either from Philly or Jersey. This is just American pie. You know what I'm saying? Scheming and scamming. Fake nurses. Now, remember a while ago they clowned the little boy, like the kid, for posing as a fake doctor. Well, this is 10 times worse because these women actually are stealing information from patients. The other girl last week, she was stealing drugs. She was taking their pills, selling them, taking information, jewelry. She just was an all-round super criminal. She had 20 different aliases. You know what I'm saying? Shanika, Shaquanda, Sharita. You know what I'm saying? She had 20 different aliases. You're not going to know the difference between Sharika, Shaquanda, Sharita. Now, this lady right here, she was just stealing information, and this lady is in Florida. So, like I said, I put this up there so you are aware. So you are aware to check these agencies that your grandmom or your aunts are in to verify, just to make sure these people are super verified. Because this lady accessed 40,000, 44,000 different patients' information, right? So that's social security numbers, that's everything. Super scammer. You see what I'm saying? Super scammer, super diabolical. And it don't matter. This article, like I said, this looks like a white lady. Last week is a black lady. It don't matter what color they are. These nurses are scamming. Super scamming, super skimming, scammer. Now, we also did a report. This was yesterday, right? In LA County, see if you can put this. So in LA County, if you're in LA right now, if you're watching this right now, boil your water. It says they issued a boil water notice. If I gotta boil my water, listen, if you're telling me I have to boil my water, I'm probably not going to use it. But this is a warning not to drink the water in LA. Sometimes I'm glad I'm in Philly because LA, a lot of those West Coast states have a lot of water problems. So make sure you boil your water if you're in LA. So I would listen to this, right? Now, this is out in LA, right? You can re-Google this or look this up. But if you're tuning in now, if you're watching this live in LA, this happened yesterday, but make sure you boil your water in LA. Now, when we started out the night, if you're just joining in now, make sure you go back and watch this. Because this is the first thing I put up on the screen. Kicking ass in public. Go back and watch this. I want you to comment on this, and Post the Mogul's TikTok is on the bottom of the screen. I want you to go on TikTok. I posed the question: will women have the same energy just like these guys right here? All three of these people are wrong for kicking ass in public, right? I got my answer on TikTok. Is wild. I thought it was going to be more 50-50, but some people they just don't want to hold certain groups accountable. That's just how it is. But listen, this is your boy Post. If you're joining in now, I do have one other thing that just happened. The situation has been neutralized. Let me take this down. I believe this is in Georgia, but let's find it. So it's an active shooter, another active shooter. What's up with the active shooters? So let's see what happened. What happened here? Let me see. Yup, it's Atlanta. What's up with the active shooters? So there was another act. So this just happened not too long ago too. So let me play this.
is the blessing in all of this. He doesn't believe that any of those kids inside that daycare facility, which would be right across the street from the CVS next to the CDC, that's where his child is, and he believes that they will be okay, that they say that they will bring those children and those small kids out to meet the parents. But he told me he's not going anywhere until he lays eyes on his little one. And of course, this is around the time that they would be picking up as well. So any of those parents might be rushing here as well. According to this parent and the alert that he received, he says that those kids there at that daycare center next to the CDC are okay as well. And just reiterating that statement from Lorraine Cochran-Johnson, the CEO of DeKalb County, she's sending her thoughts and prayers to those impacted by this. And she's also thanking law enforcement officers. It seems that she probably will have another statement and wouldn't be shocked if she was at that press conference that is set to take place any minute now. Scott, can you focus over there to my right, to the camera's left as well? Lady in the pink shirt, woman who looks to be maybe in scrubs, not in another man in the green shirt. We've been seeing them. They're just inside, so I'm not sure if they might have been at the CVS or if maybe they were in the CDC, but it looks like they have some sort of connection to what happened. Maybe they were there. They've been talking with law enforcement officers. They haven't gotten close enough so I can ask any of my questions, but of course, the first concern is for law enforcement. It looks like they're taking statements with investigators, and that's what we have seen now. So it has gone from that more active and running situation with law enforcement to now they're scouring the scene. I've seen them looking over in the bushes to make sure that they are combing through any type of evidence or any type of thing that might be happening, in talking with a lot of the people who might have been in the area when all of this unfolded. Tom, Courtney?
It has to be such a relief to parents like the gentleman you spoke with to know that their kids are okay. Just knowing that this was a shooting where there were bullet holes that hit windows as far as we can see, and that we have confirmed that one of them hit a window that is located in the building directly behind, within view of the daycare center. Did this man tell you if he's been told if there is a staging area, or were there directions given for parents to get their kids who are still sheltering in the daycare center?
He has not. He said that I saw him talking to an officer, and the officer told him to stay right here in the area. That's why he really didn't want to move. But you can still hear some sirens coming in as people are coming in and out. But he was told to stay here in this area. I'm assuming there are probably other parents who are nearby or close, or maybe on the other side of where this scene is, trying to get to their child as well, Courtney.
So, Eric, people really aren't being allowed through that scene yet. I mean, they still have it blocked off, whether you have a kid that might be in the daycare center or not. We can presume that the parents have been communicated with, that their kids are okay. But you can imagine that, the frayed nerves out there as they just want to give their child a big hug and thank the Lord that they weren't involved somehow in this melee, this fatal melee that happened earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, he was just really grateful to get that message. He said that his child was going to be okay. Our Kim Luffler, who is at the hospital, she sent in an email of a screenshot, because where that CVS is, which is on the other side, that there are different studios. There's an Orange Theory there. There are eateries there. There's a ballet studio there. They've been canceling classes because, as you can see, no one's able to come in. And I haven't seen a lot of people leaving this area as well. So if you have any type of business that's up there, you can expect those canceled classes, those canceled reservations. They're not letting anyone near that scene, Tom. This is as close as we've been able to get, and those on the other side of the tape, they're not going to be able to get any closer to that CVS or really this area.
Yeah, it's been a literal blockade, if you will, Eric, as we can see from the perspective of your camera there, and being one of the first reporters there on the scene in the early going, you just fired up your cell phone and you showed us what was going on in the early moments after this shooting unfolded just before 5 o'clock this afternoon. To give you a quick recap, just located within a mile of our studios here at Fox 5 and directly across the street from the Centers for Disease Control, at least one gunman opening fire there at the CVS drugstore, which is located feet away from the CDC, just across the street. We know that suspect is dead. We saw from our helicopter earlier the body being brought out of the drugstore underneath a white sheet. We know that at least one civilian victim and one police officer have been transported to Emory University Hospital, which you could walk to from the CVS drugstore there on Clifton Road to be treated. We heard something about surgery involving the officer. We're working to learn more information about that. We are expecting a news conference from officials from the Kroger parking lot, which if you've driven Clifton Road, you know that there's an uphill to the CVS from Briarcliff. Well, Kroger's just downhill from that area and very close in proximity to where all of this unfolded.
Yeah, this is all happening, of course, in an area that is just highly populated, densely populated with, as Eric mentioned, dance studios, restaurants. There are apartments on the upper levels in that same Emory Point Center where the CVS is located. And so now we're understanding that that shelter-in-place order has been lifted and that the threat has been neutralized. Good to report that the children who were in the daycare center that's on the CDC campus are okay. Our Eric Perry is there and talked with a father who's still waiting to pick up his child, but sure to be a relief for him and many other parents who are still waiting to pick up their kids. Although it might take some time as there are so many streets that are blocked off with this massive police presence that's still there in the area.
And so a couple of elements that we got into the Fox 5 newsroom. One of them was a gunshot that struck the CDC headquarters building across the street. And we know of at least one impact here. Take a look at that. And if you can see out the window how high that bullet went.
Damn, that's crazy.
Impacted the window there. These are obviously impact resistant windows. And so the bullet, as far as we know, didn't penetrate the window, but we know that buildings 21 at the CDC, 24, and perhaps building 18 were impacted by gunfire. What we still don't know is if that was an intended target or was just this a lunatic on the loose inside the CVS drugstore.
But again, as we've talked about, it's hard to believe that a bullet could be a stray bullet striking that high and on a building that's across the street from the CVS where the shooter, we understand, was located. Here is what Governor Brian Kemp is saying in reaction to the shooting. He said this: twice this week, deranged criminals have targeted innocent Georgians. Each time, brave first responders rushed toward the danger to subdue the shooter and save lives, reminding us just how crucial they are. Marty, the girls, and I are thankful for all those who answer the call to serve and who protect their fellow Georgians. We ask that you join us in holding them in our prayers, along with those harmed this evening near the CDC Center. So Governor Kemp obviously referring to that shooting we saw at Fort Stewart earlier this week, in which 5.
So in this case right here, they killed the guy. So the guy that that tried to do this mass shooting, was neutralized. So they killed his ass. Basically, they took him out. Now, it's a lot going on, yo. If you listen, I can't tell y'all to stay in the house, but it's not safe out here. I'm gonna tell you that. It's not safe out here. Superdiabolical.com. You know what I'm saying? Look at this right here that just happened. I'm going to put this up. So no matter where you are is not safe. So look at this right here. This is crazy right here. So it says, PA man charged with planting a bomb outside former supervisor's New Jersey home. Diabolical.
Is facing federal charges now, accused of planting a bomb that exploded outside a home of his former supervisor.
Damn.
It happened along the 100 block of Shelley Lane in Delran Township, July 26th. U.S. Attorney's Office in New Jersey says Michael Patrick Tkach planted the bomb outside of the home. The explosion sent nails and bolts into nearby homes. Gratefully, no one was injured. The suspect now being held in federal prison.
Damn. That's crazy. That's crazy. He didn't give my man. What happened? He didn't give my man overtime or what? So did he cut my man's overtime? Yo, I know that your manager might not want to give you overtime, but it's not worth putting a bomb in his car. You know what I'm saying? Damn. And they sent him to federal prison because, first of all, where in the hell did you learn to make a bomb? That's another charge. You know what I'm saying? So he got mad, obviously mad at his manager, went to his manager's house, put a bomb in his car. So you're going to get charged for that. And they're going to be like, where the hell did you know how to make a bomb? And where did you get bomb making materials? His ass is in the FedEx, not FedEx, the FedEx. They sent my man to the feds. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna show you something else that's crazy. Now listen, any of these issues that I'm talking about, go in the comments and I can drop the link in the comment. We can talk about all of this if you want to talk. Because I'll talk to y'all for 24 hours straight. You got the right one, you know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Look at this right here. This is crazy. Let me see something. This is crazy right here too, yo. This is crazy. Now I'm really scared of this shit right here. Yo, you know what's crazy? Out of all of these reports, this is the one I'm scared of the most. An alligator found in Pennsylvania, in the Pennsylvania lake. I don't know why this one scares me the most. Because this is some Jurassic Park shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Alligator drama in Bucks County, of all places. A man spotted a 4-foot gator while fishing, setting off what can only be described as a bizarre chain of events.
This is the gator at the center of it all after it escaped from the fishermen. Bristol Township posting about it online, catching the attention of an alligator sanctuary owner in Florida.
So when we say we go to the story, we mean we go to the story, like in the water. Action News reporter Trish Hartman live on a kayak in Magnolia Lake with the story. Be careful, Trish.
She out her freaking mind.
Yeah, I've been inspecting. I do not see any more gators, so I think we're good. Now, this is a really popular spot for fishing. You can catch bass, sunnies, bluegills, not typically alligators, but that's exactly what one angler found on the end of his line, and it started a frenzy to try and catch it.
No way, bro. Look at it. Look at it. A baby gator.
No, this isn't Florida. It's Bristol Township, Bucks County.
I hooked onto something. When I brought it closer, I was like, oh no, that's a gator. I was like, yeah, that's definitely a gator. That cannot be here.
Ricky Sanchez was fishing in his kayak on Magnolia Lake when he made the catch of the day.
Oh, it's going to break my line.
And it did break his line before he could get his hands on it.
Excited, but pretty spooked because I never caught an alligator before.
Ricky's videos were posted by Township Police yesterday and had the attention of many, including Kyle Asplund. And yes, that's the alligator.
He may swing at you.
Okay.
But again, I'll pull him away if I can.
Kyle runs an alligator sanctuary in Florida, but he's from Bucks County and he happened to be in town.
It's only like a half hour away, so I decided wait until dark when it's easier to catch these animals and come down and try for myself. At night, their eye shine is very apparent when you shine a spotlight on them.
Kyle has decades of experience working with these animals and grabbed the 4-foot-long American alligator.
I was able to get close to it, and then I was able to secure it and put it in the car.
Bucks County officials say rangers kept the gator overnight and then released it into Kyle's custody. It'll eventually live at his sanctuary in Florida. It's making a lot of noise, where they're much more experienced at handling gators than I am. Kyle says it's very likely that the animal was someone's pet that got too big to handle and was released into the wild.
And this animal is definitely not a pet. I have hundreds of these animals, and I would never consider any of them my pets.
Now, Kyle says the gator probably would have been okay in here for the summer months, but then once it got colder, it would not have survived. County park officials gave a message of thanks to Kyle Asplund for capturing it and agreeing to take care of it. As for folks around here, they are hoping it will be just fish from now on. Brian, Sarah, I should have brought my fishing gear out here. This is a missed opportunity.
Yo, I was gonna say that like in the wintertime, that gator is gonna die. It's gonna be a gator a gator popsicle. You know what I'm saying? Gator freeze pop in a Philly late. But you got to November. Listen, if that gator stayed up here, he had to November. He's gonna be gator pops. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have some new alligator shoes up here. You can call Peter if you want to. Listen, this is your boy Post. This is hoodactionnews.com. It's a lot of news going on. I'm probably going to do a couple reports tomorrow because it's Friday night, so you know people don't know how to act. I hate to pray on it and count on it, but you know something gonna happen. You know what I mean? Make sure you go to hoodactionnews.com. This is your boy Post, and make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I need some more subscribers. If you're watching this, like, share, subscribe. It's like every YouTuber does the same thing. So if you're watching this, like, share, subscribe for me. I need the subscribers. I need the support. Also, if you want to listen, it's Postamo on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. If you want me to report on something, like something happened, let me know. You know what I mean? Send it to me, and then I can also talk to you about it. We could talk about what's going on. It could be anything. It could be crime news, it could be politics, it could be anything. You know what I mean? If you want to talk about relationships and all that type stuff, we could talk about that. You see what I did earlier? The lead story. The lead story was Sha'Carri kicking ass in public. Is it the same as Diddy? Is it the same as Chris Brown? Is it the same? You know what I mean? Ass and Chris Brown's kicking ass in public. So, yo, like, share, subscribe. Let's talk about it. Is it the same or isn't it? It's all kicking ass. Kicking ass in public. It's not funny. You going to jail. It's Friday night. Make sure none of y'all are kicking ass in public because your ass is going to jail. It's your boy Post. I'm out.